that's the windshield wipers. It's raining here in Philadelphia. But I wanted to go ahead and talk about this because of the fact that, you know, I feel like society really can mess a man's head up, you know, telling them certain things and having the men put themselves on a certain pedestal to have them thinking that they got it like that wherever in life. And that's just not the truth. You know, from the door, we all know that women outnumber men. And the thing is, that has a lot of younger people sometimes thinking that they have, you know, all the time in the world to find themselves a woman to settle down with, this and that. You know, even, you know, if you got some money in your pocket or something like that, you have guys out there who's, you know, I guess they feel like they want to pray around first, whatever. And the thing about it is, when the times in their younger times, pretty much when they want to play around, they think they have all these options, you know, a lot of times that's when they actually find a really nice girl, good woman. A lot of times they fall in love, and then he'll play around with her. And a lot of times the guys won't just be up front and say, I'm not ready for this, whatever. They'll play around with her, you know, and know good and well that he really do have feelings for her, this and that. And then for the rest of his life, he's still thinking about that girl because he can't find anybody else like that. Because he, you know, through experience, he gets out there in that world and realizes that just because there's a huge quantity of women, that does not mean that they're all good quality. And I think that I feel like it has the same effect, you know, as far as men, you know, when they get older. You know, society tells them that their value increases. And I want to ask a question. I want to break that down, because when we talk about value, once again, according to society, they are quick to tell us women, your value decreases as you get older, your value decreases if you have kids, your value decreases even if she has money, if she's well off and doing well for herself, even if she's beautiful and taking good care of herself in her 40s or even 50s, 60s, they still trying to tell us that our value has decreased. And for the man, they tell yous that y'all's value increases because of the fact that y'all can still, basically y'all don't have a window as far as getting a woman pregnant. A lot of times y'all finances, you know, are, you know, some of y'all finances will go up, and that is considered valuable. Okay, and that's pretty much what it is. It's like, and I would have to say maybe even his maturity, but in the eyes of a 19-year-old, I'm gonna say 18, because that's how old I was when I joined the military, and, you know, older men was, you know, trying to prey on me and this and that, and they was trying to get inside my head, this and that. I'm telling you, at my 18-year-old self, and I had just turned 18, I basically looked like a baby. Just because those older men are capable of getting a woman pregnant, a 19, 18-year-old woman pregnant, that does not mean that 19, 18-year-old girl wanted to be with them or even want to get pregnant by them. Okay? And these guys, these men, grown men, you know, were up in rank, and all I saw them as were old perverts. Okay? I feel like y'all men, you know, I feel like you need to look at it from a reality standpoint. Okay? Because if you are, it's like, if you are, you know, even if you're even if your finances do increase. Just because your finances increase, that does not mean that a younger girl is going to want to be with you. That does not mean that she's even, just because you think that because, okay, well, I'm a man, I have all this money, and I can get any woman I want. That's not exactly true, because just because you want this girl, that doesn't mean that she wants you back. And society tells y'all that. And I feel like it is important that use guys and use young men look at it from a reality standpoint and understand that y'all don't have as many options as you think you do just because you're a guy. Okay? Just because there's a large, you can be in a room with 1 million women and not one of them be for you. Okay? Because, I mean, why else do you have guys out there who got money in their pocket, and yet you're thinking about that girl you was with when you had nothing? Because at the end of the day, you know, money, of course, doesn't bring happiness. And that didn't mean that you had better options just because you are at a certain financial status. Okay? And it's like, and I'm just being honest here, what young, you know, energetic female wants a guy whose energy has declined? Okay? You know, there are some, you know, there are guys literally out there who only are in their 40s, who can only, you know, get as aroused as a raw piece of bacon. So, I think that it's important that you don't allow society to cap your head up into thinking that you are just something so great, because you know what? You're human like everybody else. Okay? And if you have a female who is in your age bracket, you know, it's silly for you to sit here and look at her and say, oh, she's old, she's getting old. Okay, honey, so are you. You know? And I think that if y'all are not looking at it from a reality standpoint, you are only hurting yourselves. Okay? Although you may be able to provide certain things financially if you are, you know, financially stable. Because I want to put that out there too. Just because you're a dude, that doesn't mean that your finances go up as you get older, due to the fact that not a lot of times there are a lot of guys out there who don't have a job, don't want a job. There are a lot of guys out there who are lazy. Not every dude is a boss. So what are y'all talking about? Okay? Just because you're a dude, that doesn't mean that you're more. I don't feel that you're more valuable just because you're a man. Okay? And a lot of us women, you know, who sometimes choose to be alone, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I am picky and choosy, and there are some, you know, some guys who are like, okay, like, he seems pretty cool, I like to get to know him. But sometimes women, a lot of us women, we are choosy, we do choose to be alone, we get into a point where we're not settling for just anything. Okay? And that is also working against a man who thinks that his money is going to hold her. You know? Just because you have money, that doesn't, once again, that don't mean you have better options, because a woman who's on some real who's on some real stuff, that's not going to hold her. If you're abusive, you're neglecting her, you're all these things, she's going to leave. Any woman in her right mind is going to leave. Okay? If she don't see, you know, that your relationship is going anywhere, if you're just playing around with her, she's going to leave. And you're never going to be with her again. And because of how life works itself out, why on earth would you be blessed if you hurt this person over here? Okay? If you played around with this person's feelings and they were serious about you, you seriously think that you're going to get blessed just because you're a guy? No. You may have the finances. Some of y'all, a lot of y'all guys, some of y'all finances may go up. Maybe you do take care of yourself over the years, but you may come across a young female who are with you just because of the fact that you can financially support her. Can you honestly say? So basically, if you didn't have the finances that you have, she wouldn't be with you. So can you honestly say that what y'all have is real? Versus this other chick who was with you when you had nothing, who knew you way back when, you know? It's just that you don't get it inside your head, that y'all need to get out your head what society is telling you, saying that, oh, women, that, oh, she's getting old, she's this, she's that, she's a 5 at best, you're a 3 at best. Come on, look in the mirror and look at yourself, okay? I think that if you don't do that, there is a good way that society has you thinking. That's going to keep you from being in a good relationship with somebody who really loves you. For instance, what's his name? When I look at what's his name? Denzel Washington and his wife. You know? Okay, maybe his value did go up, but at the end of the day, it is better that you're with somebody your own age who really loves you. You know? I also want to say, if I have not already said this already, when it comes to a man having children out there, that's not considered something that devalues him. But that's according to society. Because if we look at that from a realistic point of view, if he has kids out there, and I'll say, and this is the truth, that a lot of men don't take care of their kids. They choose not to, do for them or whatever. How is that considered valuable in a good woman's eyes? Okay? If you're with a female and she's okay with you not taking care of that kid, it's something wrong with that. There's a streak in her that's no good, and y'all are together. So, do men's value really increase with age? No, it doesn't.